Hi there, Joka here from A Pocket Full of Happiness, and in this video I'm going to be focusing on the Leafy background cover plate. That is a new product, and I'm also going to be using some other ones, but this is my main focus. So I really enjoy using the 5x7 card format lately. And so I made sure that I created some dies that will work with any size. And this one is one of those. It doesn't have die cut edges all around, so you can use it with different sizes. Like you see me here, I use them with 5x7. I mean, the die itself is an A2 size cover plate, and because I'm die cutting directly into my card front, I am using relatively new plates. Actually, in this case, I think they were brand new, because I did not want any markings, imprints on my paper or dirt, because that also happens with older plates. So yeah, for this technique, I would recommend using newer plates. Now, as you can see, the middle of the die cuts out the 4 leaves that are completely cut out because they are not attached to any edge on the sides. So these 4 leaves you can do a lot with. You will see me use them in a different way in this video. So I'm saving all those outlines as well. But first I am filling all these parts of the leaves with different color cardstock. Kind of, it's not really a rainbow, but I just chose 8 random colors and then started piecing them back together. And obviously you could create 8 cards with that. And yeah, maybe I should have. I really hate wasting paper, and this is the kind of project that you have to do right away, because you will never find all your small pieces again. And well, in my case anyway. And I also don't have any storage solution for this. I don't have any space. So if I don't create the card right away, I just know that I'm never going to. So yeah, in this instance, I did waste quite some paper here. So I'm just going from blues to greens, yellows, pinks, and then purples, but you choose whatever color you like. Obviously, it would be really beautiful if every leaf is the same, or you could just use paint behind the whole panel. So it doesn't have to be difficult or complicated or time consuming at all. This is just my preference, because I don't know, this is the way I like to add color to my projects. Now I decided to glue down everything I have so far, just so that I'm not losing anything. And as you can see, you can bend up those leaves, and I'm making sure that after I glue down the inside pieces, I am lifting the outline up, because of course some glue could ooze, and then if you don't bend it up right away, it's gonna get stuck. And here on this one, you can see that I glued back the outlines in the middle. Now, this is another new die called Oops a Little Bit Late. And again, it's the same sentiment type that I have a lot of. And I die cut this from 2 different papers, white and craft. The craft color is actually a new paper from Spellbinders. It's called June, and I seem to really love it because I use it in almost every video in this release, I think. I don't know, it was next to me and it just goes with any color so well. I really love it. So the other one, the small sentiment, all the best, is from the new For You die set. And these are just, it's the same font, but it's just smaller dies. Now, these are my fallout pieces from the panels that I cut, and I decided to not waste these. and I create a 5 by 7 inch background, and I'm just going in kind of like a rainbow order here. And normally I eyeball everything. I don't normally measure anything on my cards. But in this case, I wanted to find the center point just so that it looks nice and neat. So I marked the center point there. And then I started gluing down the middle column. And then after that, I'm going to the 2 sides, and once that's done, I'm gluing everything in between and on the sides and trim off the excess. And sometimes you need 2 sides of something. So here, if you see the green row, for example, I used one side of the leaf on one on the left, and then the other side I'm going to use on the right. So basically you need one leaf for for creating 2 partial leaves. And so I did this as a last step, and then I'm going to trim this off as well, and then this panel is done. So I decided to, but actually, sorry, I already trimmed it down. Originally, I thought I would trim it after I glued all the leaves on it, but I already trimmed it down. And I am adding this big German sentiment on it. Obviously, this would work on smaller cards as well, but it's perfect on this size. So here you can see how I go about my sentiments. I usually put liquid glue on the bottom layer. Now, of course, you could die cut this with double-sided adhesive on it, but my preference is liquid glue because I don't know, at least the double-sided adhesive I use, it makes the die cut sticky on the sides, and it can get dusty and there's lint all over. I think it's just neater if I do it this way, but it's definitely quicker to use double-sided adhesive. And then I'm also die cutting that sentiment from craft cardstock, and then I will add that back in a second. But before I do that, I'm also creating 2 sub-sentiments that I'm embossing. And for these, I'm using the new Für jeden Anlass stamp set. That's a German sentiments stamp set, and the old Everyday Sentiments stamp set. And I'm just using my favorite gold Wow embossing powder for this. And I'm just trimming off the, again, I'm just eyeballing this here. But honestly, I cannot cut a straight line to save my life. I'm actually surprised these turned out okay. Obviously not perfect, but yeah, good enough. And then I'm cutting a few more strips because I want to add a few layers behind that sentiment to make it sturdier, so I can use foam tape on them, and then it's not going to crush in the mail. So that's the reason behind this. Now I added some foam tape behind this sentiment to make it more dimensional and just add a little bit of something special, because I did not add anything really special to this card. And once I'm done, you see, I didn't even add foam tape to that sentiment strip, so never mind. But I anyway like my sentiment strips to be sturdy. So, and then this time I did not forget about enamel dots, so I'm just adding a few white for an accent. Obviously, you could also do tone on tone if you want, but I just wanted the enamel dots to be like pops of color. Alternatively, you could also add just white paint drops. It's cheaper for sure. Now, going back to my first card, I'm adding a simple sentiment here at the bottom, and that is almost it. I'm also creating my third card at the same time. And again, same sentiment, just in English, and then a sub sentiment, happy birthday. And you see here I'm actually going to use the foam tape. And as you can see, I did not fill the middle 4 leaves with color so that my sentiment pops off the background better. And now I'm adding enamel dots in, well, not the same colors, but as close as I could just find. And most of these enamel dots are from Altenew, and this simple and basic, you can actually find in my shop. I think there are 18 colors at the moment, with some more coming, but I'm not sure when. And yeah, I like to add these colorful dots. Yeah, I think I'm pretty much done with those 2 cards. And then on this one as well, I am adding a few different color dots, just like on the second card. So it's almost the same, actually. I love these big pack of Altenew dots because there's 4 colors in each pack, 4 shades of a certain color. So I don't know, it just works well. And there's just so many in that pack. I love them. So yeah, that's it for the cards in this video. I hope you like them. I hope you like the new dies. Can't wait to see what you guys do with all the new products. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.